Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Today is Friday, August 2nd, and we wake up with the Yankees in first place because the Orioles lost. And after all of that, after like 2 months of being awful, somehow we ended up facing a 2-month stretch, August and September, a pennant race tied with the Baltimore Orioles for first place. And this is going to be a fun couple of months. I'm loving so far what Jazz Chisholm has brought to the lineup. Obviously, he's not going to be a guy who hits a home run every single day, but he will get his first at-bats in Yankees pinstripes tonight, wearing number 13. Yanks have Marcus Stroman scheduled to take the mound. They're going to be facing Kevin Gausman. He was a guy that I thought the Blue Jays would trade at the trade deadline. They definitely could have gotten something for him, but instead, Gausman gets to face Aaron Judge, who absolutely tees off against him. So we got a lot of voicemails over the past couple of days. I'll go ahead and play those now and give you my responses. Tune in for the post-game show tonight after the game, as always. And we got some really fun stuff that we could be announcing here pretty soon. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and I'll let you know when things happen.
I live in New York City! I cannot believe you had the balls to do it.
I don't think the Yankees did a good job at the trade deadline, but getting Jazz Chisholm Jr. to me was the steal of the entire deadline. I know there's a lot of other moves, but I'm really liking Jazz Chisholm in pinstripes, man.
So what's funny is he did all of that on the road. We haven't even gotten to see him in pinstripes yet. I'm looking to see what the crowd does when he comes up. I'm guessing standing ovation. I think he deserves it after putting on a show like he did in Philadelphia. I do think he's going to bring a lot of great energy. One thing that has surprised me is how well he has adapted to third base. He looks very smooth over there. He's apparently a great athlete. He's got great hands. Like, he handles some bad hops. He's got a good arm. Say what you want about the trade deadline. I think we could have used another arm or two, but Chisholm was a good move.
Yankees win, Derek. The Yankees win. They sweep the Phillies. DJ LeMahieu put the entire team on his back today. What a good series. This is the best team in baseball. I don't know what to say. This is unbelievable.
It's always fun to be pleasantly surprised as a fan. I did not expect the Yankees to go into Philadelphia and play as well as they did. But the worm has turned, as the old folks would say. The momentum has shifted, and the Yankees offense finally looks like it's back. And if we can get some good pitching to go along with it for the next few weeks, we got a chance to take a commanding lead in the division. I still think Clay Holmes is going to be a problem. We'll talk about him in just a second. But I still think that the Yankees need to get more swing and miss out of the back end of that bullpen. And so does Dexter. He can't even talk about it anymore.
I'm going to play the optimistic card. A couple of weeks ago, I just wanted to get a hitter and a couple of relievers. That's what we got. Jazz is red hot, looking good. I think Leiter's going to be pretty good. I'm wondering if we might use him as our closer. What do you think? And don't know much about the reliever from the Padres, but I guess we'll find out.
I like what we've seen from Mark Leiter so far. He seems to respond well to big moments. He seems to get pumped up out there. You want a guy who is emotional as a relief pitcher, who gets the whole team, the whole crowd pumped. De Los Santos apparently has an issue with serving up home runs. I'm hoping that whatever changes the Yankees make will fix that problem.
Great observations on your part about things like Stanton coming in, pitchers having fear of him, Birdie coming in as a defensive replacement. I think DJ can come in as a defensive replacement. So we got some possibilities. Also, your thoughts about the Martian coming back. It's going to happen sooner or later. So keep up the great work. Thanks. I
am always down to talk about the Martian. I'm hoping that he can get it together over the next few weeks and be ready when the rosters expand from 26 to 28 in September. I think he would be a valuable addition down the stretch. I think the man has nerves of steel. You look at him, he's got that quote-unquote slow heartbeat that Aaron Boone loves to talk about. But to me, he just seems like a guy who's going to excel under pressure. And I'm not 100% convinced that everybody's going to stay healthy for the next 2 months. I mean, what are the odds for that? The dog days of summer, August, always a lot of injuries. Guys are worn out. So I think we will see the Martian sooner rather than later. Just hope that he's 100% when he gets called up, because I think he can make a big impact.
Hi, this is Barbara in Florida. And I can say that I can tell you from experience that nobody goes to see the Marlins. It has to do with the tax money that was spent on the stadium, and also the fact that they always trade away everybody. So it's kind of a dead stadium. And Jazz Chisholm was originally supposed to be more than what he is, and I think he's going to flourish in New York. But I don't think it's a coincidence that since he's here, the whole team has changed. They were all enthusiastic, and they were all jumping up and down and coming back, although today was DJ day. But he's slow as molasses, and Chisholm is like a speeding bullet.
I think there's something to the energy that a guy brings to the room. You know, coming from a team like the Marlins that's losing, and coming to the Yankees who have a real shot to win the division, you take an already energetic guy, and he's going to be excited. He's going to be pumped over the next couple of months. Now, he's not going to be a guy who hits 2 home runs every game like he did those 2 days in a row. He's going to have his hiccups at third base because it's a new position. But so far, I just like the attitude that he's bringing. I like the smiles. I like the way the entire team, like you said, seems to be energized since he has arrived.
Hey, Derek. How you doing? Mark in Southern California with a few thoughts on Boone's "it's right in front of us" thing. Maybe the plan was to show how it was right in front of them if they kept having these crappy players that they just DFA'd. And now that they made a few trades and made some good moves, now he can see what's right in front of them now that we've got a few players who have really helped this team perform.
I'm not sure I follow the thread on that one. Are you saying that Boone lost on purpose because we had guys like J.D. Davis and Jahmai Jones who are both now off the team? I don't think Boone's losing on purpose, if that's what you're implying. I think the players just stunk. And I still think that there's some players on this team who stink. I'm not a Gleyber Torres fan. He's not a good second baseman. I think DJ LeMahieu, despite his big day the other day, is on the back nine of his career for sure. But I don't think there's any kind of conspiracy here or tanking that was going on. I just think the talent wasn't there.
Hey, Derek, this is Kevin from Prague, and I'm just calling to chime in on those who were disappointed on the deadline acquisitions or lack thereof. And the real question here is whether or not you think Cashman is delusional enough that he actually believes his own lies. Because if you genuinely believe that the playoffs are a crapshoot, you might as well just put J.D. Deadweight Davis and Turd Ferguson back on the roster.
I don't know if he thinks it's necessarily a crapshoot, and I definitely don't agree that the playoffs are a quote-unquote crapshoot, even though I've probably said they are. I think that there's something to the hottest team going into the playoffs having some success. Last year, the Diamondbacks were not the best team in the National League. They won 84 games, but they got hot at the right time. There's something too hot in baseball. And what you're trying to do is align your team to where everybody is clicking going into the playoffs. And what you need is a couple of guys to go on those streaks. You know, we could win the World Series if Giancarlo Stanton goes berserk in the playoffs. We really could. If Giancarlo Stanton hits, 5 home runs in the ALCS, he can get us to the World Series. You get a couple of good pitching performances, and you're done. You're World Series champions. So it's not a crapshoot, so to speak, but it's the ability to channel the team's best play at the most important time of the season.
Hey, Derek Austin. I was wondering if you could give us an update on Clark Schmidt and his status. Last time I heard, he was getting close. And then when that happens, I think we should really move Nestor to the bullpen. As Joe Girardi was talking about last night, he gets to the first round, first 9 batters, round through the batting order really handily, and then his second time is absolutely horrendously bad, and then he is actually even better the third time than he is the first time. But I'll take that first time or a couple of innings out of him in the bullpen where we need the help over, as a starter, getting creamed in the second time through the order.
All right, great call. So I just checked, and both Clarke Schmidt and Ian Hamilton are facing live batters soon. Clarke Schmidt has been out since late May, but he had a 2.52 ERA. I think he's going back in the rotation, and I agree with you. I think Nestor Cortes out of the bullpen would be terrific. He almost always has a good first inning now. If you remember early in the season, the first inning was an issue. He seems to have ironed that out, and like you said, it's the second time through the order. So I think Clarke Schmidt is the answer there, and that gives us some bullpen help because you can just slide Nestor on over to become that lefty out of the pen. So let's get to the NostraDerek prediction, and then we will be back after the game with the postgame show. All right, tonight's prediction, Aaron Judge going deep in his career. He is 11 for 37 with 5 home runs and 10 RBIs in 47 plate appearances versus Kevin Gausman, and that obviously translates well because he has been swinging the bat very, very well. You throw out the 0 for 4 in the final game against the Phillies, but he had an awesome road trip. And if they pitch to him, he is going deep for sure. Aaron Judge going deep.